Hey gang, so I'm here to give you an overview of like my week 6 setup, and I just want to give you a little bit of context of kind of like what's going on in my life, so you have some view of what, the life, everything going on and all the things that I manage, which I feel like is more but less than I used to. So anyway, that's a tangent. So this week, I didn't travel last week. I've been home for a couple weeks, which has been kind of nice because I have been able to just like rest a little bit. I felt like I was getting a little tired, a little burnt out, if you will. So things are definitely starting to pick up at work, as you'll see as a reflection. I think like last week I had like a couple meetings on the calendar, and this week I definitely have a lot more on the calendar because things are ramping up as expected. I also am trying to kick off a couple initiatives that I'm responsible for. Goals and objectives are starting to get underway. I am traveling next week. It's Valentine's. So yeah, so definitely a full workload. Not feeling like I do feel like I'm making progress towards kind of aligning everything. So overall, feeling good of kind of the overall theme of the year. I do feel like while it's slow progression, it is progress, but it's all foundational things that I've been working on. So if you like this kind of thing, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also check out my Patreon if you're interested in joining kind of the CI crew and some early access content and templates over there. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye. Alrighty, so we'll get into setting up week 6. So I'm just kind of checking off the things that I completed last week. So finished my daily planning process, set up my February. Those are kind of my Sarah things. I guess I don't have a full definition of what the Sarah things is. I think it's just like personal projects for me, for my continuous improvement projects. I did hang out with kids a little bit. What else? Trying to go back here. And then I got I kind of got the things I wanted to prioritize done for the week at work. And yeah, definitely not drinking enough water. LOL. So busy week. I'm going through right now to figure out the things that I have to add to my to-do list. I'm sitting here overthinking. I wanted to actually just start marking like a day of when I do my weekly plannings, not necessarily to establish aging. I guess there's really no value to me other than I just want to do this because that's what I want to do. And it's my system, so I can do what I want. I'm just kidding. The reason why I don't think there's any value to it is because it's not like I get what I need to get done. And I know that like just naturally the stupid stuff just doesn't get done, like the irrelevant stuff doesn't get done, and that's fine. Like, it's okay. And if there's extra time to do extra things, then I'll do the extra things, but that's generally not the case. So I had a few things that I needed to add into my running to-do list. I capture those on my daily pages. I use a mix of OneNote and paper planning. I really think the paper part is just, it's like a processing for me. It's how I think, write down, and it's funny because even when I'm trying to figure out like a project plan or something like that, I actually start to whiteboard it out, and then it's like start there, and then I end up migrating quickly over to like whether it be OneNote or a process mapping tool or something like that. So I think the writing stuff down gets kind of the brain thinking and flowing. So I don't know that I'll ever get rid of the paper part of my planner. I would say that I would like to, only because I don't like to carry extra stuff, especially when I travel a lot. But I just can't get away from it because sometimes, I just need to write things down to help process my thoughts. The other thing is I don't think it's fully accepted yet sometimes with some people. If you're typing either on your phone or computer or whatever in OneNote, people think you're doing emails. So I don't know. That one is an interesting. I'm curious. What do you guys think about that? Like if you see someone in a meeting, Yeah, that pen totally just changed color. Um, if you see someone in a when you see someone in a meeting and they're typing on their computer, do you automatically think emails or something else, or they're taking notes? Because I can go 50-50 on this one, but I don't know really, other than maybe knowing the person, but I just still don't think it is always assumed that somebody's following along and taking notes. So anyhow, that was a complete tangent. So my daily or my weekly sidebar I use to help me figure out kind of manageable chunks. I started doing that, but I like to figure out what the schedule is for my work, kind of the layout to the week, because that helps me understand what I have for available time to get things done. Because I don't know, if I have 15 minutes between meetings or 30 minutes between meetings, there's like zero chance I'm going to get anything other than maybe some emails done. I can't get into full planning mode or problem solving in 15 minutes. Like, I mean, maybe, I guess it depends on the level of urgency around it, but I can't just get into like that whole deep work thing or get into flow. So I do definitely like to see how my week unfolds and like the layout of the week visually, because it starts to help me understand where I got chunks of time to do things. So as I was saying in the intro, work is definitely picking up these days, which I'm glad, because like I feel like, as much as I like a break, I feel bored, or I don't know. I just like to be involved in things. So I guess that was kind of my thoughts. I just like to be busy, makes the time go faster and feel like I'm doing more. And not so much doing more. I was not the right way to say that, like reframing here. Helping more, contributing more, that kind of thing. Not just by busy BS. Not a fan of that. All right. So down at the bottom, I used to do this in that little green notebook, and I'm still trying to figure out where I really want to do this. But I want to start tracking like available hours versus meeting hours. And in some kind of a way of like what I have for personal time and then available times at work too, because I don't know. I just like to know what I have available to me, purely because I want to know what realistic expectations are. Like if I think back when, my kids were younger and they played sports, and I wish I did this type of thing when they were younger, I feel like my brain would have been in such a better spot. But I would have these expectations of like, why can I never get anything done? And it was just kind of like a negative thing on myself. But I was like, if you map out the time that I spent driving from sports or sitting at sports or rushing to get dinner and doing homework and stuff, like I probably literally had 2 hours extra a day. And my brain, it was like, I can never work on things or get things done. Well, because you only had literally, 10 hours a week to actually do stuff and, take a break. So anyway, I like doing this because I like to know what I have for available time. And now my kids are definitely older and I have a lot more available hours to myself and kind of to my things. But I like to know because I have goals that I want to meet. So it's helpful to me. So what else? Yeah, just kind of wrote in the things. So for work, I have some data analysis I want to work on. I want to start figuring out, or I want to kind of put together this team structure that I've have some concepts of. And then some home stuff, some things that odds and ends that I haven't done around the house, like the stupid grow light for this plant that I have. My house has like no sun. It's the worst, but I love this house, so I'm not going to complain. What else? Yeah, that's really it. And let me know if you guys have any questions. We're going to get into my OneNote setup coming up next. Alrighty, so I'm setting up my OneNote here, and again, just copied and paste the table below, and I'm just updating the dates and the header here. so I've been using my quick links to really update my links that I need for for the weekly index, basically. Now I'm just going through and continuing to do that. I did open another window so I could just go grab the links instead of switching around. So I have 2 OneNote windows open right now while I do this. And so I did want to kind of walk you through. Somebody asked in the comments how long this takes me to set up. So here's me setting up a new page. So we're having our first monthly metrics review. I went and copied the table that I have. I created a new page, named it monthly metrics, and then pasted it in. So I'm showing it to you in real time just so you can see. Once you build it out, you just reuse it. So I do think in real time it took me 26 minutes. 26 seconds to update it. Again, they're really just tables, so it's super fast. And I reuse this year over year. So anyhow, just wanted to address that comment. But again, if this isn't for you, then it's not for you. It works for me, right? So I encourage the only way a system works is if it works with kind of like your thought process and your mindset. So I definitely don't think there's one size fits all when it comes to systems. So here I'm just updating my index here for the week, and I like to just put the weeks in there because it takes me right to the table. And I'm actually updating my project list. There's a few projects that are coming in and that I'm ramping up on, and I'm really just putting the stages in relation to what month they're in. So the one I just put there is in the planning stage in January, and February through June is going to be in execution, and then the plan is in July. It'll be in monitoring. And then I put one of my continuous improvement projects for myself and my own CI project for the month of February is all about money. So I created a project for myself and I put it in there. Again, just so I can kind of see what I have going on, and then links to everything. So thanks for watching, everyone, and bye.